I saw you back in December, Youth of Today, and it was just incredible. Amazing gig, and everyone seemed to be enjoying themselves, crowd and band alike. I mean, is it difficult to keep up that excitement?
No, I mean, I was saying to a friend earlier, when I'm in a situation like Youth of Today, I don't know if the audience are the audience or if I'm the audience. You know what I mean? I think it's like I'm watching the whole experience and trying to keep up with that. I just happen to be playing an instrument, you know?
I like that.
Welcome. We are Neil,
Luke and Dave.
340-somethings reminiscing on the runners and riders of 90s guitar music.
We look at the bands who soundtracked our youth on both sides of the pond and interview some of our heroes from the bands that defined a generation.
You'll hear about the good, the bad and the ugly of 90s guitar music.
This podcast is Stupid and Contagious. Episode 135 of the Stupid and Contagious podcast. We got Luke's best mate, Walter Schreifels, on later. It's a good one.
Are you friends?
Finally got him on.
I
trying
wish
to get him on
we were.
we've been trying to organise that one for a while. We've made it happen, so it's good.
We have indeed. Well over a year, I think. Yeah.
So that's coming up. But yeah, what's everyone been up to this week, Luke? What's been going on?
I've been down to Fukuoka to hang out with listener John.
Oh yeah, you've been DJing, haven't you?
Been DJing. That was brilliant, mate. Great weekend. John was a good host. Made some pizzas. Went to see some bands, and did some DJing as well. It's really good.
Were they
really
the
cool.
proper fire pizzas? The ones where you stick in the fire?
No, he hasn't got a fire in his house.
No, but like that's a big thing over here now, isn't it? Everyone has them in their gardens. Yeah, what they called, Dave?
I don't know what he's talking about.
A fire pit.
Fucking all right.
No, he put them in an oven, but they were very good. Homemade pizzas, man. Can't go wrong. It's great.
No, did you get blottoed?
Drank a lot. Yeah.
Right.
Fuck. Oh,
Where is Fukuoka anyway?
Yeah, where's Fukuoka?
So if you imagine, can you imagine the map of Japan? It's like one big
like a banana,
island,
isn't it?
Right? Yeah, and then there's kind of like little blobs under the banana. They're like smaller islands. It's one of the smaller islands. It's not.
How'd you get there?
Wow,
Did you
went
swim?
overseas.
Did you swim?
Overseas. No, I didn't swim, Neil. No, I took the plane.
How'd you get there then?
By aeroplane.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hell.
So it's good. Yeah, did some record shopping, drank a shitload. It's great.
Are they like the Channel Islands?
A little bit. It was a bit like going back to the 90s because fucking everyone used cash.
I'm going.
Instead of like and there was smoking everywhere. Everyone was smoking indoors.
I'm going to go there. I'm going to live there.
All cash and smoking indoors. My throat was fucked at like the end of like the Sunday. I think just from being in like smoky places. They weren't too bad. Like, there was like this like Febreze stuff in the hotel room, which I used when I got back. But it's just good to
go back
felt
to
like,
the 90s.
Bit of freedom. It's great. To the 90s. You can make it like a 90s theme park for Neil.
We should just hijack that island for anyone who wants to still live in the 90s.
Yeah, that's great. Thanks very much, John. It was brilliant. It's great.
Yeah, it looked good. I saw his pictures on Facebook. It looked like you had a good time.
Yeah, as I said, man, I totally forgot how to DJ. It was so embarrassing.
Like a proper DJ with your earphones and stuff.
I forgot how to do it. And he's like explained to me, and I'm like, I still didn't understand it. And I'm like, I'll just try it, and it will actually probably come to me. And the first like three tracks I completely fucked up. But then it clicked, and I was like, okay, I know how to do it now.
So in those 3 tracks, was everyone like booing while you're trying to work out what to do? Like,
no, they came and helped me. No, they came to help me.
Oh, I wanted you to get booed off.
No, that's good. And then we did that, and then that finished, and then we went to this other kind of like record shop who had some decks, and we just kind of asked if we can get on the decks, and they said yeah, and had a bit of an after party kind of DJ event.
That sounds good.
Yeah, it's great.
Sounds good.
It's brilliant.
Where was my invite? And Dave's.
Too far for you. You're not coming.
I'll make that decision.
Yeah.
It's nice to get an invite, isn't it?
Yeah. Nice to be able to decline it.
All right, I'll invite you next time. All right.
Dave, what's been going on? Remember, people are listening to the Beric news these days. Ed's probably wants to know what's going on in Beric.
It's on the edge of his seat.
Well, we have various Beric WhatsApp groups. One of them is Wildlife. And the Wildlife group was on fire this morning.
Why?
Someone thinks they spotted like a big cat in a field.
Was it you just dressed up as a big cat?
No, but it's really weird because the person's posting
what kind
these
of
pictures,
big cat?
Like a lion.
I guess they're trying to insinuate it's like a Black Panther.
Yeah,
but
had one.
It's just clearly a black cat. So it's really weird.
It's just a cat.
I don't know if the person was joking or...
It's just a cat that's quite close to the camera.
Well, it's quite a way away across the field, but it's just so obviously a cat.
Does it look big?
That's brilliant.
No, there's like there's a fence behind it, so you've got something to sort of scale it against. And it's small, just like an ordinary cat. The weirdest thing ever.
I like that. Tell us about the bingo as well. That's a big Beric thing, isn't it? You just don't want people to know, do you?
Well, it's fine if people know. It's not really news. It's the same. We like it, but
Bingo,
it doesn't change from time to time, you know?
Dave
Did you win the bingo, Dave?
Dave didn't invite me again.
I did invite him.
Yeah. Not till it was too late by the time you'd
didn't invite me.
He knew
wasn't
I couldn't
too
get
late.
there in time.
Didn't invite you, Luke, no.
All right. Is that it? Anything else? What else has been going on, Dave Town?
Well, actually, it is a bit weird. I've never won anything at the bingo.
See, there is a bingo story. Go on.
I must be missing numbers. I must be, but
no,
you still have
a conspiracy.
It's
a conspiracy.
I've
never won the lottery, so
no, but the lottery is millions to one. The bingo, it's not. You know, there's only about 30 people that go.
You did win the lottery. You got 5 numbers, didn't you?
Oh yeah, I really when I really needed it as well. Yeah, it's a miracle.
That was odds of hundreds of thousands to one, right?
Yeah.
Who organises bingo, they're probably fucking siphoning it off.
They hate you, man. They fucking hate you.
Someone does.
Someone needs to investigate this. This is corruption.
Yeah, there is.
They're probably funneling the prizes to their mates, and they're keeping you out of it.
Fucking hell, mate.
You need
to do something about this.
Of course. Think about it. You would have won something by now, surely.
The odds just doesn't add up.
You're the mathematician, Dave. Yeah.
I think it's more likely that I'm just crap and I'm just missing numbers. To be honest.
Why don't you start a true crime podcast in order to investigate it?
You should.
Okay.
All right, there you go. Right. Look forward to that one.
How's your podcast going, Neil? The other one?
I was going to say, I seem to spend my life doing podcasts. And yeah, it's going well, but it comes around quick, doesn't it? And then I'm doing this one, that comes around quick. And it's a lot, isn't it?
Yeah.
Things to do all the time. I do enjoy doing the podcast.
Keep you busy, man. It's good.
It does keep me busy. It keeps me off TikTok, so that's good. Anything that keeps me off that is good, isn't it? It's quite nice going up to London. Well, Wandsworth. It gets me out of Seaford, you know. It's quite nice. Change of scenery. Yeah, it's going all right. Keep It Grief, it's called, if anyone wants to know. It's a heavy listen. It might help some of you. Apart from that, bits and pieces of the van. Still not actually drivable at the moment, but I have fitted a table in it, so fuck you. There you go.
How big is the table?
It's only a small laptop size. It's my secondary table for where at the front where the passenger seat swivels. I can sit there and do my work. So swivel on that, isn't it?
What do you mean? The passenger seat swivels?
Swivel on that.
So your passenger seat swivels around 180, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and then I've got a table that I can now sit there and, does a 180 and then I can sit over my table.
That's clever, isn't it?
Yeah, so I can have the door open and do my work.
What if some mosquitoes come in?
Fuck them. I'll punch them. They don't bite me. I've got that. I'm lucky. You know, some people get bitten all the time and I don't get bitten at all.
No, I don't.
I've got that.
Yeah.
They don't like me. They don't like the taste of me.
Yeah, same.
So it's good. Yeah, fuck those guys. They could try and invade the van.
Yeah.
But, you know. So, yeah, there you go. That was it, really. Nothing else really to report. What have I been listening to? Oh, do you remember The Automatic?
Yeah.
Do you remember the band? Yeah, I've been listening to that.
Yes.
Their first album. It's good, that album. Not except
they do Monster. Is that The Automatic? What's that coming over the hill?
What's that coming over the hill? Yeah.
Is it a monster?
Yeah, that album's good. I've been listening to that a bit.
Landfill indie. Do like a bit of landfill indie. Yeah, that kind of 2000s indie. They call it landfill indie.
Right. Yeah. They just did that. Well, they did a couple of albums where I think after that album, the keyboard player left. It was basically quite. He had a prominent vocal and stuff, and they went on a different route. Not sure if they're still going or not, but yeah, Hardfire back. Do you remember them? They've got a new album coming out, I think. I think they got a new album. Yeah. All
they
those
weren't
bands.
too bad. Hard Fight.
No, right.
So I was going through my 7-inches for getting ready to DJ, and I had so much landfill indie. It was.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a funny time.
Neil's Children, Harrison's, all of these like forgotten fucking bands.
Would
but it'll
Boy
be back
Kill
soon,
Boy?
won't it?
Would Boy
We'll be
Kill
moving
Boy
on
be
to
part
the
of that?
noughties.
Yeah, we will. I was thinking about
I
that
don't
the
think
other
it
day.
would. Yeah, in 10 years, it'd be the 30-year echo for those guys. Yeah, I guess so.
There is another podcast that deals with all of that stuff. They're on it already. Yeah, that will be the 30-year echo will be them next decade, won't it? Yeah, which is weird to think, isn't it? Bands like Block Party and all that sort of stuff. Although they
weren't landfill indie. They were brilliant. Yeah,
no, I'm just saying that'd be 30 years.
Dave's mates, the Rakes. I had like 4 or 5 Rakes 7-inches in my collection.
All right. So should we get into this week's episode? Walter Schreifels. Let's get into
That's the guy. Let's do it.
Yeah, so if you are watching this, then please do give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Don't just watch it and leave. Subscribe to the channel. Get involved in the comments. Let us know your favourite Walter Schreifels outfits. There's plenty to choose from, gigs, all that sort of stuff. And if you're listening, then please do rate and review and share it with your friends so that they can find the podcast. You can sponsor the podcast, Stupid and Contagious podcast at gmail.com, and we'll give you a shout out at the start of the episode. If you're a record label, music shop, there are still music shops, aren't there? Music shops.
Music shop.
Merch seller, and Luke will review your single album or whatever.
What if an oil company wants to sponsor us?
Of course.
No.
Yeah, that's fine.
No, it's not. No, we're not taking
No, Luke will veto it. Luke will veto it.
I'll veto it.
He won't
Arms
have
companies are fine, though.
Yeah. You can buy our merch, t-shirts, mugs. Go onto our Shopify store. Grab yourself some merch. Help the podcast out. Wikipedia. Should I just do his name?
Put his name in, yeah.
You just spell Schreifel.
Oh, well, okay, let me do it. Because it's not going to give you a genre, is it?
I've got it.
It's not going to help because it doesn't give you a genre.
He was born March the 10th, 1969, as an American rock musician from New York City.
Which is today. So, happy birthday,
Walter.
Walter.
Fuck.
Happy birthday, Walter.
Yeah.
As we record this, is his birthday.
That's seamless.
Yeah.
There you go.
I was going to say that because I knew that.
All right.
1969, so I guess that makes him 57.
Right, yeah. Looks good for it.
Yeah, he does look good. Yeah. Okay, so... Walter Schreifels. So this is a big one for me. I apologise if it's a bit self-indulgent, but he's just been involved in so many... He's a legend. He's basically a legend.
Yeah,
he's been
I
involved
hadn't really
in so
fully
many
appreciated it
things that I love.
To listen. We'll talk about it, but yeah, I hadn't appreciated how much he'd been involved in until I did my research. But yeah, amazing.
Yeah, amazing. Basically, so born March the 10th in 1969, New York. So yeah, basically, he got involved in the youth cruise scene in New York when he was a teenager, 15 years old or whatever.
Remember Too Solid Crew? Was it Too Solid? The really sweary rap band that kicked
Too Live Crew. You're mixing up So Solid Crew, So Solid Crew and Too Live Crew. You mixed up there.
Too Live Crew, that's it. Everyone thought they were cool because they had a Too Live Crew record because it was really rude.
Yeah, and it was banned and shit, wasn't it? Yeah.
It
was only 21 seconds long.
Yeah.
It's good that So Solid Crew track, isn't it? 21 seconds. The rapper gets 21 seconds on the mic, right? It's fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
It's a great
They've
concept.
got 21 seconds to flow their beats.
Go. 21 seconds to go. It's so good. So to explain, Youth Crew was basically a small collection of bands, hardcore bands in New York that were basically positive. Their whole thing was positive hardcore. Most of them were straight edge, but not all of them. Most people know straight edge, no meat, etc.
I didn't.
I had another guest, straight edge guest, didn't we?
We did.
Yeah, we've never really explained what it was. I was going to say, I did do a bit of... I'm intrigued by this straight edge team.
So, no meat. So there's a Minor Threat song called Straight Edge, 45-second song, basically.
And that's where it came from, is it?
That's where it came from. So,
right.
Yeah. No meat, of course. So vegetarian, no alcohol, no drugs. Some of them, like, not no sex, but, like, don't don't like sleep
man,
around.
They
basically
sound like a bunch of losers.
But the youth crew, the whole point of, not everyone was straight edge in the youth crew scene, but the whole thing was it had to be positive, and it was all about believing in yourself and unity and community and crew and all of that. And it was great. It's a great little scene.
Positive vibes only. People say that.
Positive vibes only. Some of it was political, the shit that was going on with like Reagan and that, but not all of it. But the main thing was just like being a better person. The whole thing about straight edge was, it's not a problem to do all that. You're not a bad person. It's just, there's nothing positive about it. You're not doing anything positive for the community, for the scene, and for yourself if you're just, fucking jacked up on heroin.
Abusing yourself. Yeah.
Exactly. So he explains it in the interview, but basically he started out with his band, Gorilla Biscuits, and he was also playing another band, Warzone. He plays guitar or bass, basically, or vocals, basically, depending on which band he's in. And then, he joined Youth of Today around 86, 87, and he wrote a lot of their second album, We're Not In This Alone, which I think is by far their best album. Maybe we can talk about it after, because he was very clear in the interview about how much it's like Ray Capo's vision and that. But I don't know, man. When he came on board, they instantly got much better. It's a brilliant record. We're Not In This Alone. 1988.
Luke, can you pause a minute? Neil thinks he's hilarious by changing my name again.
For people that are listening and not watching, Neil has changed Dave's name to Fanny Boy. It's very funny. It is funny. It's just funny.
Thanks.
All of this time he's still doing Gorilla Biscuits, his first band. They released their only album, Start Today, in 1998. It's, now it's a legendary album. Again, really, really good. Positive vibes only. But then, as he explained in the interview, the scene moves on, kind of the youth crew stuff, end of the 80s, it kind of fizzles out. Walter starts Quicksand. So they were one of the first, Fugazi did post-hardcore a couple of years before, but they were pretty much the first post-hardcore band to sign to a major label. I think Polydor they signed to. And first album, Slip, came out. Huge record. And again, just a really
people talk about that record a lot in the Facebook group.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, rightly so. It's just got that perfect balance, basically.
We'll talk a bit about it after. Yeah,
heavy sounds. All right. So that came out in 1993. Second album, Manic Compression, came out in 1995. Again, both great albums. Then Quicksand again kind of dissolved. Walter moves on again. He's just evolving his sound. Came out. Next band was Rival Schools, and then they're basically an indie rock band with a heavy indie rock band, but an indie rock band.
Again, I got some stuff to say about that too.
Okay. With previous bandmates from Youth of Today, Sam Siegler, the drummer. I met him in Tokyo as well.
Fucking name dropping.
But he was also in Judge and Civ and loads of cool people like that. So debut album, United by Fate, came out in 2001. Big hits from it, Used for Glue, Good Things. They played on MTV a lot at the time. It was a hit record,
Yeah. Good video.
I haven't seen videos. Okay, I should do that. Toured the UK, toured America, and then that was it, basically, for then. Walter spent the last part of the 90s basically doing loads of solo stuff and like small little projects and stuff. So Walter and the Motorcycles, never heard him. Walking Concert, who I have heard and are great. They're just like Rival Schools-y, kind of a bit more like rocky poppy kind of thing.
Say about that. Yeah, I got some.
Okay, I thought you might like that, the Walking Concert stuff. It's much more of a bit of a poppy edge to it.
We'll find out, won't we? We'll find out.
All right. Band called Dead Heavens, which is a bit of bluesy, and his own solo stuff. And he also produced a lot as well, produced for Hot Water Music and stuff like that. Then, basically, since then, there's been reformations of every band he's ever been in. So Rival Schools came back together at the end, about 2008, 2009, put out their second album, Pedals, in 2011, which is brilliant. And then the third album, Found, which was basically some of their earlier demos, came out in 2013. Then Quicksand reformed as well. And they put out a new album called Interiors in 2017 and another one called Distant Populations in 2021. Again, both of them really, really good. And Gorilla Biscuits have been playing for the last, good few years now. Not knowing new music, but basically playing. And Youth of Today.
What is a Gorilla
also
Biscuit?
Playing. It's a drug.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
What drug?
The Gorilla Biscuit. So all 4 of those bands, Rival Schools, Quicksand, Year for Today, and Gorilla Biscuits, are all still actively touring. Walter's in all of them, and he's a very busy man. And that's it.
Man. That's what's taken so long to get this sorted, I think, because he's always on tour.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's have a listen to the interview, and then we'll come back afterwards. Here's our interview with Walter Schreifels. Enjoy.
All right, Walter, thanks for coming on. How are things going?
Very good, thanks. I'm visiting my parents in Santa Fe, New Mexico, having a great time and looking through the archives, finding cool old pictures and stuff, and having a great time. It's beautiful here.
Oh, what kind of pictures?
Just like pictures from just my boxes of pictures. Some pictures of me playing, pictures of friends, just stuff. Because I've stored photos in my mom's garage for like 20 years. I haven't looked at all of it.
Wow. Are you going to be like putting them up on social media?
Yeah, probably. Yeah. That's probably I've got the whole year probably set up now.
Oh, well, sure. Just keep drip feeding them out. Yeah. That's cool. Yeah. I mean, you always seem so busy juggling different projects. You seem to still be in every band you've ever been in. I mean,
yes,
is that right?
It is. It's never boring. Let me tell you that much.
How do you do it?
I keep a careful calendar. I try to, check all my texts and make sure that I've got all the dates right on Instagram, and the rest I just kind of trust the universe.
Sure. Are you working on anything at the moment, music-wise?
Not particularly, but I'm always kind of working on something.
Yeah, sure. And I mean, how do you do that? It's difficult to keep up, level of creativity for so long.
Well, I'm kind of like always in it, so it is different when I sit to like write on my own or with a band with other people, that's happens less frequently. But I always am hearing ideas in my head, and I have a shit ton of voice memos.
Sure. Do you prefer to write by yourself or to work it up as a band?
Well, my things come from me, but when I'm working in a band, it always ends up taking a different shape. So if I'm playing everything, that's a different kind of challenge, because then I might have a vision in my head, and it might turn out. It almost never turns out like that. So it's always a process. But I couldn't say. I think there's just different things and that I like about it, and other things that are challenging, whether I'm working with other people or if I'm working by myself, or different combinations of people. There's things that are fun about it and things that are challenging, and but with every challenge, it's like it's that much more rewarding to kind of get to the next place.
Sure. Are you like a dictator in the studio if people are not doing what your vision is envisioning?
I maybe I used to try to be, but I think always just kind of hearing what I wanted to hear and kind of like pushing for that. But kind of in regards to like what I was just saying, it really just never comes out like that, or very rarely comes out like that anyway. So no, there's no need for me to be a dictator to anybody, because I have good communication with everybody, and the people that I work with are cool.
Sure. All right. Let's go back in time, if you don't mind, to the New York hardcore scene of the mid-'80s. Yeah. How did you get involved with the scene?
I was interested in punk music, and through that discovered that was this kind of subgenre of punk called hardcore, and that just was more interesting to me. And then when I was 16, I moved to Astoria, which is a part of New York where it has a lot of hardcore bands like Murphy's Law is from there, Leeway's from there, Token Entry is from there, and Kraut is from there. So it was just like really a neighborhood thing. And so I met some of the kids that, skateboarded in Astoria, and I had a job at a supermarket, and one of the guys in Token Entry, who ended up in Token Entry, and I worked together. So I kind of just started going to shows with that crew.
Wow. Yeah. Easy as that. Yeah. So what was the recruitment process for Youth of Today?
For Youth Today, I was playing in Gorilla Biscuits. Although Gorilla Biscuits was pretty, kind of like lower tier band at that time. And but I was also playing bass in Warzone, who were kind of like scenesters. And so when Youth of Today were looking for a new bass player, I was on their radar somehow. So they just asked me if I was interested in going on a summer tour in 1987, and that was for the Break Down the Walls album. And I felt like I had just joined the Rolling Stones. It was awesome.
Yeah. And did you start writing songs for them straight away?
On that tour, I started to. Yeah, actually, I did start it. I think we recorded the song together, and I helped with that one. And then on the tour, started writing with Ray, but it's really a lot of Ray's vision. But eventually, on We're Not This Alone, I probably wrote at least 3 or 4 of the songs on the album, musically, and I wrote Disengage, which was one of our last songs. And when I say I wrote them, Ray put the lyrics. I just wrote the music. And that's, the music is very cool, but Ray definitely held up his end too. It's really awesome.
Yeah. Do you think your songwriting moved the direction of Youth of Today at all?
Yeah. I mean, it was just, there's nothing to improve your songwriting for hardcore music than being in Youth Today, because it's just, Youth Today was sort of had studied all the greats from like SSD and 7 Seconds and Negative Approach, and those guys had such a deeper knowledge of hardcore than me. They were like 3 or 4 years older than me and had seen these bands, and they were big record collectors. So they just had a way deeper understanding of hardcore, and so I learned a lot from them.
Yeah. And they somehow took all of that and made it even tighter and even better, right? It's incredible.
I think it just took a different angle with it, but I think the main things are that the subject matter of the songs is just like uplifting and positive and trying to like and I think that stylistically we just kind of developed.
Do you think that's what set like the New York scene apart from the other scenes that were going on around the country at that time?
I mean, I think I think that in regards with like kind of youth crew stuff, and like the influence of Youth of Today and Revelation Records definitely was a unique thing to New York. But we were into like Agnostic Front, we were into the Cro-Mags, we were into Murphy's Law, and I think those bands all maybe Cro-Mags less so, but there is a sort of songs about struggle and songs about like how do you pull yourself up from whatever fucked up thing happened to you that made hardcore sound good to you, like you let's use that in a way that is uplifting rather than sort of surrendering to those lower.
Right, to the negativity. Yeah, sure. So, I mean, when you were playing around the country, was there any rivalry between the scenes, or were the other bands like, here come those fucking New York, hippies with their peace and love bullshit?
Yeah, I mean, within New York, there was people that hated it. So yeah, I would start with within New York, people hated it. And definitely, yeah, there was, I mean, we had a Boston like rivalry sort of, you know what I mean? But we were popular there, you know, so I mean, we were just popular everywhere. So when people were pissed off at us, it didn't really affect us that much. I think it would have been more of a bummer if it wasn't working. And if it wasn't working, no one would have cared anyway. So we probably wouldn't have gotten that. I do remember in Europe, there was a more of a palpable, sort of, we were more a palpable threat, I think, to the European thing, because Europe was way more punk and politically charged. And I think there was something about this like American clean cut music coming in, like trying to clean up the scene. I think that was sort of threatening to that what had been established. But in fact, you know, the Youth Today's lyrics were, you know, if you were to put it on like a sort of a political thing, especially for the time, and now I think they're just pretty just wholesome values. But we were very left.
Yeah, well, that's a radical act in the era of Reagan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, how about Gorilla Biscuits? What were you doing? What was different to what you were doing with Youth of Today with Gorilla Biscuits?
Gorilla Biscuits. I mean, Youth Today is, you know, you've got Ray Capo, who's a very unique force. You know what I mean? And he is an absolute, you know, a force of personality that has this sort of, you know, he's trying to convert you to a way of thinking and a way of being.
Yeah.
And it's very, even though Ray's a super funny guy and has a great sense of humor and is a sweetheart, I think at that time, I don't know if he showed that side as much. But it was a very sort of serious mission we were on. Gorilla Biscuits, there was no way that was going to work for us. You know, the name of the band is just kind of says it all, you know? So it's like, how do you kind of advocate for a lot of those same things, like anti-racism, you know, like, you know, take, you know, workers' rights, taking care, you know, golden rule type of stuff, in a scene that is like, you know, had been defined in sort of nihilistic terms, like as you came into it. If you watched a movie like Suburbia or Repo Man or something like that. You know, so I felt like, you know, we were akin to like Agnostic Front, but we just also were as much akin to that as we were Descendants and Adolescents, you know. So we had more melody in what we were doing, and I think it just more funny. You know, we were, I think in New York, Murphy's Law were very funny. So we probably took some plays from Murphy's Law. Like, we can also be fun and serious.
Sure. Yeah, like you said, you've got that political side. I'm thinking like a track like Degradation about like Nazi skinheads and shit. I mean, how much was that a problem in the scene? Like Nazis coming into shows and fucking shit up?
Yeah, I mean, that was a thing. I don't know so much like in New York, because it just, there would be people like sort of Nazis that would come in that would be sort of your intellectual Nazis. They'd come with some like, you know, fancy. I mean, faux intellectual, like, you know, they're sort of like trying to appeal to your intellect.
Right.
As opposed to, you know, the other kind of Nazi was just like brutes who were Nazi, not so much as an ideology as just like another way to be bad, you know? Another
just to be a
way
tough guy.
Sort of another way to just, cause trouble. You know, I don't know if there's like much ideology, and probably a lot of these people look back in their time now, at that time in their lives now, and probably don't talk about it much, is my guess.
Yeah.
Those were kind of the types. And you would see it at CB's, which was weird. But also CB's was like a very interracial scene from the jump. So there was really no room for actual, white power stuff. I think that was more like in suburbs. You'd find that in like New Jersey or Pennsylvania, places that are now vote for Trump,
Yeah, still somehow. Yeah. Interesting. How about on the other side then? Like, what is your take on the kind of the more militant wing of the straight edge kind of people that were knocking drinks out of people's hands and shit like that?
I really never believed that. I never experienced it. I always thought it was absolutely absurd. What do you knock a drink out of somebody's hand that like wants to drink that drink. So then worst case, you've just like started a fight with someone over something stupid, because if you win the fight, you just beat someone up over something that they can just very easily buy a new drink.
Yeah.
And if you lose the fight, that's even stupider. And I just don't believe that really ever happened anywhere, except as like, again, like maybe some people in like more suburban places that used it as a sort of way to be bad. You know what I mean? And like I understand there was like a really militant straight edge scene in Salt Lake City for a time that were like very violent. So I couldn't say it didn't exist, but it didn't. I never saw it, and it surely makes no sense. It made no sense to me then, and makes even less to me now. Like knocking drinks out of people's hands or beating people up for what they do is not a good way. I tell you, you get more flies or flies with honey or whatever. Is this, you know what I mean? Like, so like our songs about straight edge would be like, hey, we're having a good time. Like we're having fun, and it's not, we don't need to get fucked up. We don't need to be violent. We don't need to do those things. This is a fun place to be.
Yeah.
So that we were just kind of, that's what we were into.
Yeah. But you're not straight edge these days, right?
No, I haven't been for a while. But I still feel I was straight edge at a pretty important time in my development, and I think those years are pretty potent, and I think I learned a lot from it. In terms of there's always a little straight edge guy inside of me that's looking out for me, putting his hand on my shoulder and go, "You don't need that drink, bro. You're good."
Yeah. It's amazing how much it's endured, right? It's it's still a thing. It's in lots of countries around the world. It's still endured as a subculture. It's pretty incredible.
Yeah. I think as long as people are drinking and abusing drugs and stuff like that, there's going to be a straight edge movement, a youth movement, and a lot of the time people that find it in their youth stay with it until they're old, and that's a wonderful thing.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Why do you think the scene kind of fizzled out at the end of the 80s? If it did, I mean, in my mind, it seemed to, but
I think it just gets picked up by different people. And if you look at it as hardcore's like a tree, it has like these rings that each year there's a new ring, and you can see how it's growing. And we were just the class of 87 or something like that.
Sure,
you know what I mean? And so I think I think the typical thing for any sort of youth thing that you were into, if you remember, whether it's hardcore or baseball or whatever, a lot of kids will go to college and break up and move on and find new friends and do new things and explore their lives. And they find different stuff, and then they maybe come back to it. You know what I mean? There was no thinking for me that I didn't really, I thought hardcore had already happened, to be honest. I thought hardcore was over in 83, and we were just lucky to catch this little extra burp out of this youth crew New York revelation kind of thing. So I surely didn't see it as like, I'm going to be hardcore for the rest of my life, and to be honest, it's a community that I'm deeply involved in and have remained a part of. But my life has led me many different places and into different kinds of music and different ways of looking at the world.
Sure. So, well, let's move on to Quicksand then. So, how did that come about, and how were you changing the way you were writing songs and stuff to accommodate that?
Yeah, I guess hardcore sort of got formulaic for me, and I really wanted to break out of that, and Quicksand was an opportunity to just kind of. My phone's starting to fade out here, so I'm gonna grab a charger. Was looking for ways to, kind of break up the formula. And so I found some people that kind of felt the same way. And we had some rehearsals and I think we were all like guys that had success in hardcore and kind of knew how to do it, but we just kind of aimed it differently and came up with another mix. And I think there was a lot of people that we were also inspired by that were contemporaries. Fugazi was an extension of to us, of that original hardcore energy.
Yeah.
But kind of used differently, like using and like dissonance and maybe a less straightforward language, and different time signatures and stuff like that. We didn't have to do a lot for it to sound different, but we still had that hardcore education. Well, hence, post-hardcore.
Yeah. I mean, did you get any backlash from it? Did you get accused of abandoning the hardcore scene or going against your values and stuff?
No, I think the timing was good. I think that I think that people were ready for something new. I think people were, there might have been some people that were like this, I'm sure there's some people that say this sucks. I don't, you know what I mean? There's always going to be, but I felt overwhelmingly that it was well accepted and sort of pointing to the future. I mean, I don't think we were the only people that were doing that, but in New York, I think we had a moment for that.
Yeah, totally. And you signed to Polydor Records, right? You went major. I mean,
yes. It took a minute, but when Nirvana hit and kind of leading up to that, majors were sort of looking at bands that were up and coming and had sold some records. And so we kind of got, especially being from New York, we got on their radar. And so that led to a major label contract. I think that was really kind of weird and unexpected for us. And in fact, I was like not sure that I really wanted to do that.
That's my next question. Yeah. Did you have any qualms about going down there?
Yeah. I mean, I just thought we were not a band that was like a pop band. I thought we were something that should be, that it was meant to be for sort of connoisseurs, it wasn't meant for the masses in a way. And, but, this was an opportunity for us to do a whole bunch of cool shit that we would never get to do. So, it was just sort of that argument won out, like, and if you listen to our records there, the reason I think that people still care about them now is because they were made without the interference of like the sort of stereotypical, we need a hit kind of stuff. Cause they're not hits, you know what I mean? They're cool songs. And I wouldn't have been mad if we had a hit, you know what I mean? But I think we were more successful as a band creating something like a sort of a universe of our own.
Sure. Well, I mean, Slip is considered a classic these days. I mean, can you tell us about the process of putting the album together?
We had, a bunch of sort of like, we had been playing for like a year or so, and without releasing anything. So, we were very like sort of could go any which way at that point. So we kind of started to sort out what was the good stuff and what suited us and where we wanted. And by that time we had a lot of new influences. Like from the EP, we were kind of like in a I think a more like aggressive, like hard rock sort of meets hardcore thing, and more and with a hip hopness to it. By the time we were making Slip, we were all totally into like shoegaze stuff. So our taste had really shifted and moved. Of course we loved like Sonic Youth, and we loved what Fugazi was doing. So we were going into a more sort of experimental place rather than a hard rock direction. So but yet we had these hard rock songs, and that was kind of what people wanted from us. So we kind of like played with those ideas, and that's kind of how Slip came together.
That's great. That's great. You say shoegaze? Are we talking like the UK shoegaze bands? Were they making?
Yeah, I mean we were. That kind of hit before Nirvana for us. So we were like, really following everything with My Bloody Valentine and Lush and Ride and Chapter House, all that kind of stuff. But that was not the music that was expected from us at all. So we kind of made a heavy metal shoegaze sort of thing was what we were thinking.
Yeah, that's cool. That's interesting to hear. That's great. You mentioned Fugazi a couple of times. I think you got to play with them as well. How was that?
Something I found in my looking through my stuff in my mom's house, I found a couple letters from Guy from Fugazi.
Oh.
Yeah, which is really, really awesome. I'm so happy I still have them.
Yeah, saying what?
Just, talking about our music, just pen pal kind of stuff. He sent me the Rites of Spring album.
Oh, wow.
He sent, when it came out on CD, he sent me One Last Wish when that came out on CD. He's awesome. It's just like, these are just like people that you can meet and that you can know, but yet they're just out of this world musicians and artists.
Sure.
So he's high up. So I'm glad that So I love Fugazi. They were older than us, and just so much more committed and further along. So we were definitely chasing their tail, but in our own way and doing our own thing. And we couldn't really imitate them because they're them. But they were showing us like how you could take this come from a hardcore scene and do something very artistic and interesting and find a wider audience as well. Where people that didn't know who Agnostic Front were, people that didn't know who Minor Threat was, stuff like that.
And they did it without compromising a single fucking thing, right?
Yeah. I mean, they took it one step further and had their own record label, so respect to them. But what our time being on Polydor and then later with Island was, I think, as major labels go, pretty positive.
That's good.
Had a lot of great people working there.
Yeah, we've heard a lot of horror stories on the podcast of working with major labels, so that's good to hear.
I mean, I've dealt with some of that bullshit too, but it's ultimately as major labels then could at least deliver on the money side of it and, get you tour support and all that kind of stuff. But, they're companies. So, they don't see things in the same way that indies do. But at the same time, indies are no day at the beach either, Indies can just pack up and disappear. Indies can, you never hear from them again. So indies aren't all perfect either. At least, so it's just like, how do you use these different delivery systems to contextualize your music and get it to the people that want it or should hear it?
Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah. All right. Well, after Quicksand, you came back with Rival Schools, another new sound. I mean, can you tell us about that?
Yeah, I mean, it's I kind of, I guess by this point had decided I'm just going to kind of do where my heart leads me. And I think Rival Schools is it's also with the guys that I was working with, created different sounds and were comfortable doing different things than I would have done with Quicksand or, surely moved on from Youth Today or Grill Biscuits. So I think there was a lot of, there's a more poppiness to it, which, I love pop music. Like when I say pop music, like songs with melody, you know what I mean? And so that I felt like more free to do that with Rival Schools. And, I think there's just a lot of variety on it, and so it felt like with Rival Schools, we could kind of do anything we wanted to do. It was like sort of a smorgasbord of stuff, but somehow when we all did it, it made sense to us.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I think all Rival Schools is great, but that first album especially made a big impact when it came out. I mean, do you have any favorite tracks or anything like that on that album?
Favorite tracks? I mean, it's a cool record. I guess it's just like playing live. I like playing Everything Has Its Point. It's really fun because I really love playing that riff. It just feels good. Travel by Telephone, the opening track is great. I mean, that was a late track. I didn't feel like we had an opening track for the album. And it just kind of like landed in my head. And so I really love that one. Undercover's On is like the first time the guy the producer we were working with had produced Bon Jovi's album. So we were working with a pop producer, which was an interesting choice. And he said, we were writing songs, the album has no ballad. You need a ballad. And I never thought like, I got to write a ballad, like that sounds really cheesy. Yeah. But I had fun with it. And I wrote Undercover's On, like on the spot. And I'm really proud of that one. Yeah, I love the record. Hooligans for Life is really fun. And that's one of the first things we ever did. And, it just has, there's a lot of like, sort of serious, stuff on the record and some like dramatic themes. Like, I guess is how it gets like kind of connected to like emo music. But I think there's a lot of joy in it too, and kind of silliness.
Sure. Yeah. And it didn't last too long, did it? The first incarnation for Rival Schools?
No. I think I was kind of like, we played a lot, we toured a lot. We did very well in the UK and Europe, and we did well in Australia as well. United States, we did good, but it was like we worked so hard there. I think we just toured so much that just got a little worn out, and I just felt like I needed a break. We did make demos, which eventually became the Found album, which we released many years later. But I just was kind of burned. I want to do my own thing completely without any sort of I guess I just wanted to go to the next place. I could have been Rival Schools, but at the time I wasn't feeling it anymore. Our guitar player had left. I just thought the chemistry was off. I mean, me now, I probably would have worked harder at sticking it out, but I guess I just got to be grateful that what we did was really good, and that we're all still homies, and that we play together when we can.
Sure. You said you did well in the UK. What kind of bands were you playing with when you came to tour the UK?
We were on the festival circuit there, so we were playing with all kinds of interesting bands. One band that we played with a lot at that time, strangely, was the Libertines. We always ended up on the same stage with the Libertines.
Wow.
We played a lot with this band A in the UK, who were
really they've
cool,
got a new
cool,
album coming
guys.
soon, I think. Yeah, great
band.
ungoogleable.
We do, our own tours. We'd bring out just like the weirdest bands that no one got. So, but loved playing there. And, the UK is probably like where we're most well known.
Yeah. That's rival schools. Okay, that's cool. But I mean, you seem to either be or creating the zeitgeist at every stage. How do you do it? You were right at the dawn of post-hardcore. You got there right when this kind of indie rock kind of thing. Is it just right timing, or are you creating this?
I think I just have a good I just kind of get ideas for how I wanted things should work and how it should be put together. And I've been successful enough to keep doing it. And so each time you do it, you kind of pick up some new tricks and and also because you're kind of in your own, after a while, you kind of have your own thing, so it's like I'm just working on my own story, and I have a lot of great people that I consider, I'm lucky to be able to work with and to help chart that course. But I always have different ideas about what I want to do, people I want to work with, and I just follow that,
Yeah.
So I think I'm always doing, some things work better than other things, or they're more well received than other things. But I think everything I do, I do with the same kind of like attention to detail and
right.
I just have a certain way of doing things. I try to make it easier for myself and try to learn from each experience, but each one is also new.
Well, I mean, what is that certain way of doing things? Because you just maintain super high quality, basically. If I see your name on a project, I know it's going to be well crafted, just good songs, basically. How
Thank
do
you
you
very
do
much. I guess
true.
I just like wanna. It's just up to I don't know what you do with your life creatively, professionally, but like you just know when you did it right, and when it's not quite there. And then sometimes when it's not quite there, you have to you maybe want to take a step back and say, maybe that's there is where it's got to be, I've done some of my best songs, some of my best work, which I feel, maybe didn't resonate with the way that I thought it would. And I've done some of my,
Can you give an example?
Thought was just like, that's kind of all right. And people have really connected to it.
Yeah.
And then every once in a while, I do really something that I think is really great and everyone else agrees. And that's really where you want to be.
Sure.
But,
what's an example of the first one? Which you thought was great and it didn't get, they didn't get picked up or whatever?
I think I've made a few records that are really underappreciated. I made a record called Run to Be Born under the name Walking Concert, and I think that record's really great.
Don't know it.
I think that the lyrics are awesome. I think it's my best songwriting. I don't know if it's what people were expecting from me, so I think, and maybe the timing was off, those things play an important role too. But it's not like I'm crying about it. I'm not, you know what I mean? It's like, it got me to the next place. And, my records have a way of like, finding second lives. So.
Yes, well, there you go. And like I said at the beginning, and you're still doing it. I saw you back in December, Youth of the Day, and it was just fucking incredible. Amazing gig, and everyone seemed to be enjoying themselves, crowd and band alike. I mean, is it difficult to keep up that excitement?
No, I mean, I was saying to a friend earlier, when I'm in a situation like Youth of Today, I don't know that I'm I'm at least as much in the audience. I'm as least as much. I don't know if the audience of the audience or if I'm the audience. You know what I mean? I think it's like I'm watching the whole experience and trying to keep up with that. I just happen to be playing an instrument,
I like that. Yeah. Oh, it was brilliant. Okay. How do you feel about becoming a hardcore heartthrob?
Well, I think hardcore is not something that I think of as like is the best place to be a heartthrob. It's not really doesn't have a lot of currency, but it's I guess I'll take it as a compliment.
Sure. That's good, man. It's good. But I guess I want to talk about what does hardcore mean now in 2026? You know, I saw fucking Turnstile picking up Grammys a few days ago, and what does it even mean in 2026 to be?
I think hardcore is more of like a thing about sort of ethics, DIY. Like it's not like Turnstile just arrived here and picked up their Grammys. You know, they've been playing and doing it for, you know, shit, at least 10 years, probably more than that. But I think they're probably like 5 records deep.
Yeah.
And tons of tours and vans and all that kind of stuff, and doing it in basements and wherever there's a place to play for the people that are like often like playing a role in the scene. I think it's like a system of ethics and community more than it is any musical style at this point. You know, to me, I'm always like fond of the sort of big 3 of like Agnostic Front, Minor Threat, and Negative Approach. You know, I also love Circle Jerks and Adolescence and Social Distortion. But to me, hardcore are those, you know, those sort of I think more primitive kind of things, less melodic. But that's me gatekeeping.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
That's on the musical side of it. But I think what it is now is like you can do whatever the hell you want. And if you play the hardcore clubs and you do it for the music, for the love of the music, and for the community, you're hardcore.
Sure.
Welcome aboard. Welcome in.
Welcome in. You mentioned ethics. Do you think we need like a youth crew revival today with all the shit that's going on in the world, especially your country?
Well, I think when I see the scene, I think one thing that I don't know if I could be proud of, or I do feel. I think the things that Gorilla Biscuits was pushing and Youth Today was pushing won the day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the hardcore scene is more about social consciousness than it is about violence, I think.
Yeah. I mean, those tracks on Start Today could have been written about what's going on now, right? Easily, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I think it speaks to you know, a lot of shit that just reemerges in different forms, you know what I mean? Like the things that we were writing about existed then, exist now, you know? It's almost like maybe the versions that we have now are like scarier to us because we're living through them. But there, you know, I think hardcore is a community outside of those corporate, you know, outside of that larger society where it's very capitalistic and corrupt, you know, because you can't make that much money at it. So there's no point in robbing people. You got to do it because you love it. You know what I mean? And it's too hard to do it for other reasons. And I think the community exists outside of governments. It exists outside of political parties. It exists outside of those things, outside of class. And I think that's the strength of it, and that it is enduring to me. And I think that when we were doing GB and Youth of Today, I think we were pretty prescient about that.
I mean, do you still believe that one great hardcore show can change the world?
Oh, I don't know about changing the world. I think it can reflect the world, and I think it can inspire the world in ways that are positive. You know, like to bring it back to the popularity of Turnstile, I think Turnstile don't need to get on stage and tell you what the right causes are to vote for or to do or who to support, or, you know, be in a sort of didactic way to emanate positivity and kind of bring this whole mass of people move together in a seemingly insane way. But like I don't think people get hurt at turnstile shows. I don't think there's fights at those shows. I think that the positive energy that's going out is being, it's soaking into people. And I think that that's, absolutely revolutionary. And I think that there's people within the scene that can then take that feeling and say, hey, we're doing this, we're doing the show in the hopes of raising money for this thing, or we believe in this social injustice. So not that that's what it all has to be about. It could be just a place to go and not feel the sort of cloud of this sort of really sick world we're living in right now. You know what I mean? And I think the youth know it. And people my age expected better.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's all gonna. I like to think it's all gonna work out at the end, and the reason it hasn't worked out yet is because it's not the end. We're gonna figure. I believe there's going to be a turn, and I do see that. But we're in. I mean, no need to dwell on it. I think it's obvious to everybody. Like, we're in some sort of like paradigm shift to shit world right now.
Yeah. But yeah. I like the positive message though. Yeah. All right, I've got one final question, if that's okay. And it is, we ask every person we interview the same question, and it's because we mostly deal with 90s bands. So, which other band from the 90s would you have liked to have been in, and why?
Band I would have liked to have been in the 90s. Pulp would have been fun.
Wow.
Or maybe like a more second guitar player for Rage Against the Machine.
Oh, nice.
Backup guitar player. Because that would have been a lot of fun. I don't know. There's so many bands I admire.
Yeah.
Third guitar player for Sonic Youth.
Sure.
I could have done
that. Why Pulp? That was a surprising answer.
I love Pulp. I just think they're just really fun and kind of kitsch, but in a cool way.
Yeah.
I don't know. That just came to my mind, like maybe because it is so far out.
Sure. It's great. All right. Where's the best place for people to keep up with your relentless schedule, to get a peek of your
Instagram? That's really the only social media that I do. That's really the only thing I post on. Like all my other stuff is pretty flat. Cool. But Instagram, I keep up.
Okay. That's cool. All right. Well, thank you very much. I'm going to stop the recording, but don't escape just yet. But cheers. Thanks for that.
Thank you.
There we go. Walter Schreifels. What a lovely guy.
Yeah.
Was he like that when you met him as well, right? When you met him?
Yeah, he was even nicer. Yeah, he was lovely.
Yeah, he's just a really nice, down-to-earth guy, isn't he? Right.
Yeah.
Dave, did you enjoy that?
Yeah, nice guy. Is he still, has he always been 100% professional musician?
Sounds like it.
Yeah. So this is how he makes his living.
Yeah.
Guess so.
Yeah. I think he still does a bit of production and stuff, but yeah.
Probably gets some fair bit from touring these. Well, no, actually, they don't get fuck all from touring these days, do they? What does he get? How does he get his money?
I don't know. If you do it enough, I guess you do.
Maybe he's got an
OnlyFans. A lot of our guests haven't been solidly doing it all this time.
No, that's true. That's true.
I'm always interested in what they've been doing in the interim too. It's always,
as far as I know, he's only ever done music since he was 15. Yeah, as far as I know.
So okay, right. So let's talk. Well, how are we going to do? We're going to go bit by bit, I guess, band by band.
I guess so. There's so much to talk about. Yeah.
So when did you first discover them?
Probably when I started getting into hardcore. Yeah, that's not true though, because I knew Quicksand in the 90s, but I didn't make the connection. I didn't realize they were the same person. So I knew Quicksand in the 90s, and then I started getting into
different, doesn't he?
He does.
Different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
went for a short
hardcore.
Not that, quite late. When I was like early 20s, like 22, 23. So whenever that would have been, like 98, 99, end of the 90s. And
I always get hardcore and happy hardcore
like you can start anywhere. No, it's not happy hardcore, no. You can it's just by, I guess it's a coincidence, but for some reason they were like one of the first bands that I came across, Youth of Today. So they were one of the first like hardcore bands that I knew. So maybe that's
one of the
why
last bands that I came across, because I only came across them when I listened to this. But I liked it. I like that, the Youth of Today. I thought they were good.
It's great. It's great.
Yeah. I watched like a recent,
We're Not in This Alone. It's just...
I watched one of their recent live things on YouTube, and they're good, man. They're still.
Oh man, watch the one that I went to. The full gigs on YouTube. It's just incredible.
Right,
just so much energy.
Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah, this is one of those things where I really respect this music.
Yeah,
I'd like to like it. I just don't.
I don't think I would listen. Yeah, I don't think I would put it on the listen to it. But I'd like to go to a gig. I think I'd enjoy to go.
Really, don't you sometimes just need like a blast of like that kind of energy?
No,
right.
I don't need that.
Okay, I do.
But it's that's good, isn't it? It's each their own. That's the beauty of it. That's what I always say. Objective.
Yeah.
But I don't dislike it. I like the music. I just wouldn't. I just wouldn't listen to it. I wouldn't choose to put it on because it's just not. I like my music a little bit more melodic and depressing.
Sure.
It's just me, isn't it?
No, it's understandable. Yeah. But I think I don't know. For me, Youth of the Day do have a bit of melody to it. They've got hooks.
I was surprised actually. Sorry to cut in. I was surprised because I expected to be listening to something that was like some of your stuff, pretty unlistenable. But it wasn't. It still had like some nice melodies. And stuff.
I think it's because the band are so tight and it's just great, right?
Yeah.
I think a lot of that is Walter's songwriting and his, like I said in the interview, he just got this, he just crafts, so he's just high quality basically. Whatever he does, it's just high quality.
I picked up on that. Like all of his different incarnations, they were all really good. Sounded really good. All of it. It's him. It's like he talked about at the end of the interview. I think it's just got this professional. He said he's got his own sort of quality control, hasn't he? That he just won't release anything that's not good, sort of thing. That comes across.
But it's interesting. We've talked about it before, like about punk attracting, thugs.
Yeah,
and Nazis, hardcore does as well. They come and ruin it. Yeah. But I guess that's because of the kind of music. Someone might hear it and think, "Oh, that's violent." But actually, what's behind the music couldn't be less violent, could it?
Well, exactly. Yeah, and it's all about love and peace and helping each other and supporting each other. And like I said, they got a song, Gorilla Biscuits have got a song, Degradation, which is directly addresses, like Nazis and shit like that.
Yeah.
Skinheads.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a funny old scene, the punk scene, isn't it? Because, it's sort of yin and yang, isn't it? The good and bad of it.
Yeah. What's the bad?
Well, there was a violent element of the punk scene, wasn't it? Not that scene, but punk music.
Like what?
Well, it was always portrayed. Maybe it's just the portrayal in films and stuff.
No, I mean there were like nasty fucking oi bands like Screwdriver who were like real racists.
Yeah,
but that was an anomaly,
I mean, ignorant people like me just sort of think of the Sex Pistols and that's it.
But the Sex Pistols are like a pop band. Sex Pistols are like they're almost too good to be a punk band. They're like super melodic.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah,
it's interesting because I guess well, it's interesting if that's the stereotype because punks are hippies, man. Punks are all about peace and love and changing the world for the better,
Yeah, man. Not like new metal, is it?
No, it's not like new metal. No, it's the opposite of new metal.
I think we can, just going back to the new metal episode, I think we can conclude that no one likes new metal.
Did anyone listen to that episode?
Well, people have listened to it, but
they all agreed with us.
Pretty unanimous, people do not like it.
Although, going back to what we were just saying, so I think Walter did say in the episode that the European punks weren't that much into their kind of clean-cut, wholesome version of punk. He did say, didn't he?
Yeah. I think that's what it is, yeah.
They like the smack
I always think
they what?
They like the smack too much over it.
Yeah, I think so.
But then, Quicksand. I want to talk about that Slip album.
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't expecting, because obviously you'd listen to Youth of Today, Gorilla Biscuits, you think, it's going to be more of the same.
Yeah.
I'd already heard this Quicksand album, by the way, quite a while ago. But yeah, it's not at all, is it? It's because it came out the same sort of time as the grunge scene was breaking, like Nirvana and stuff. And it's not that different an album, really, is it?
No. Not really.
To the whole grunge thing.
And yeah, I mean, it's got quiet, loud parts. It's got melody with distorted guitars. Yeah, it's got all of that. Yeah.
I feel a bit robbed that it passed me by back in the day, because I would have liked it.
Yeah.
But I didn't know about it.
Hey, man, it's never too late.
No, well, yeah. No, it's a great album. I think it's...
Yeah.
Dave, did you ever listen to it, the album?
Didn't, I'm ashamed to say.
I think you'd like it.
Listen.
It's a bit more melodic, isn't it?
Gorilla Biscuit stuff and that.
Yeah, it's not that at all. It's a bit more melodic, more sort of more accessible.
It's post-hardcore.
It's Freezing Process on there. There's a video on YouTube.
Oh, really?
It's brilliant.
Yes, yeah.
So the video to that is on YouTube, and I recommend people go and have a watch. It's a great video.
And there's the final song is a cover of the Smiths song "How Soon Is Now" as well.
Oh, I haven't heard that. I have to go and have a listen. But yeah, it's a great album. I like
what was Signature on there?
Yeah. So you knew about that later on. You didn't know about them back in the day when we were into grunge.
A bit later on, but early before. No, I guess not. No, not in '93. I didn't. No, would have been a couple of years later.
Yeah. I mean, if they had, if that band had resided in Seattle, I'm sure they would have just got caught up in the whole scene, wouldn't they? It doesn't sound.
Do you think so? I don't know. They were a bit. Maybe.
It's a bit more. It's not as. It's a bit more intelligent. Is it? I don't know if that's the right word. Than
I think it is. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a bit more structured, maybe. I don't know. Musicianship's
but he mentioned like shoegaze as well. Like in the interview, he talked about that kind of influence, and it's got a bit of that to it as well.
Yeah. It's a great album, though. Great album.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, it was interesting that he was clearly like the shoegaze stuff, but couldn't replicate it because it's just completely not what his fans would expect.
Yeah,
But he did say that people were ready for it when they did, put Slip out. They were kind of primed and ready for it.
He said that Quicksand sound developed out of shoegaze and heavy metal. That's the combination he cited.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
I guess that's what
it's funny though, isn't it? New York, like there's probably no other place in America that's as close to us culturally than New York.
You think so?
I can't imagine shoegaze getting anywhere else in the US.
Okay. Yeah.
I like that he said that he wasn't precious about indie. How he doesn't, if he doesn't mind being on a major label as long as it gets out to the right people that need to hear the music. He's not precious about sticking to an indie label.
No, and he said he had a good experience with the major label. No, I do. I like to hear it. He said he had a good experience with the major label, and great. Well, that's what we want to hear.
Yeah, I think that's the key, isn't it? Whether on an indie or a major, you just want them to represent your music the best way that they can do it, right? So it doesn't matter who does it.
Oh man, I loved the Fugazi chat talking about exchanging letters with Guy from Fugazi. How cool would that have been?
Yeah, I know. You
pen pals with fucking.
Saw your eyes light up.
Guy from Fugazi sending each other fucking records and stuff. Imagine that. But it's sweet, man. That's how people communicated back then, And now he's found them again,
media.
Well, or even whatever. Yeah, exactly. You can't find them, 30 years later in a box, which he said he's just done. It's great.
Yeah. Oh, it was nice, yeah. Okay, so rival schools. I must have not listened to them because you like them. A bit like why you didn't listen to God Machine.
Yeah.
But they're great. Why didn't I know about them before? Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know now.
Yeah.
You didn't say.
So I was caught up on Walter by then. So this was the first time I was listening at the time. So when it came out, I loved it instantly. And then I could join the dots together with, the stuff he'd done.
See,
before.
I've put great. Here that they sound a bit like a heavier Three Colours Red. That's what I put.
Give you that.
That's kind of what they sound like. And I like Three Colours Red. I love Three Colours Red. And I love Rival Schools. I think that album's brilliant. That Undercovers is a fantastic track.
He said he wrote
David,
it on the
did you
spot.
have a listen? I think you'll like
I'll
them,
definitely
Dave.
have a listen because it sounds much more like.
Yeah, have a listen.
I would like.
You listen to the wrong stuff, Dave. You listen to the stuff that you wouldn't like.
I was listening to Fugazi as well, which I hadn't listened to before, which is crazy because they're huge, right?
Yeah,
but I do like them.
Much Fugazi.
I thought they were good.
Oh,
yeah,
great.
yeah.
Oh man, they've just released the Steve Albini version of "In on the Kill Taker." But this week, by the way, Fugazi.
We've spoken about this before, but I think we've all been turned off of music we like because assuming that the other person, it must be rubbish.
So much we hate each other.
Yeah. You could just, if it weren't for me, you could have really enjoyed the Lighthouse Family. Just imagine.
I know.
Unironically.
A little respect we've got for each other. Yeah,
brilliant. But no, that album behind you, that Rival Schools album is brilliant.
It's great.
Yeah, it's annoying, isn't it? All these bands could have been listened to all these years.
Yeah, well, no, again, it's never too late. The music's still there. It's all good. It's great, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm glad I listened. But there's
the second album's worth a listen to, man. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. Full of hooks, full of melodies, just great songs.
Well, if you say it's good, I'm not going to listen to it.
Not for another 20 years. Give it a listen in 20 years or so.
Nah. I did also go and listen to that Walking concert, though. Did you? Because you hadn't listened to that, have you?
I hadn't until he mentioned it. Yeah, it's good, right?
It's great, isn't it?
Yeah,
little bit sort of
bit more.
I put.
Sure, but it was a bit more poppy,
right,
even.
Dave's gone. Where's he gone?
He got annoyed because we were. No, he's back.
Yeah, it's probably not Strokes, but that's what I put.
To me, it just sounds like a Rival Schools, but a bit more clean.
Actually, I put
slightly cleaner version of
Rival
Rival Schools.
A little bit Strokes, but not.
That helps. That's helpful.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, it's more because it's kind of a what's the word? It's going to take a while.
Take your time. We've got to wait for Dave anyway.
It's like a continuation of Rival Schools.
Yeah. Don't pronounce it like an American. Rival Schools. You're not. Don't do the American intonation thing. I
said Rival Schools.
That's a cunty way to say it. Rival Schools. You're saying, you know,
Rival
like people
Schools.
that say Pearl Jam,
Rival.
Pink Floyd. I fucking hate it so much.
I
hate
Americana
That's
more
my
than
nut.
you do. I can't even stand it.
I
when
hate
people
it
say
so much.
Movies.
Just say it normally. Rival Schools.
Rival Schools.
Thank you. Don't go all American on me, man.
Dave's gone.
Fucking hell.
He's disappeared off the face of the earth. He must have died.
He's gone down the sinkhole. Finally opened up.
That's what's happened. He's sitting at the bottom. He's at the bottom of the sinkhole. He went very abruptly. I reckon that the whole internet was.
Here he is.
He's back.
My internet fucked up. I'm on my phone now.
There you go.
Connecting through the phone.
You're what?
Connecting through the phone. Can you hear me?
Stop saying it.
All right, we won't be too much longer, so we'll see.
No, it won't be too much longer. If you go again, just don't bother coming back.
All right.
In the nicest way.
We thought you'd been swallowed up by a sinkhole.
Yeah, that's what we thought. We thought that a sinkhole had opened up.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
Your worst fear had come true, and you were languishing at the bottom of a sinkhole. But actually, this goes back to a point that Dave made earlier on, because he said himself, hardcore, you can't make money out of it, so you have to do it because you love it. So how do they make their money? Yeah, I guess they must have other jobs.
Just make enough to... Yeah, well, I don't think so. It's enough to get by. But yeah, I like the hardcore chat. So he said, I've got it written down, ethics, DIY, and community. If you have that, it doesn't really matter what the music sounds like.
Right.
I like that.
Yeah. It does matter though, doesn't it?
Yeah.
What the music sounds like.
Yeah, it does a bit. Yeah.
Because you could have all that with the Lighthouse Family probably encompass all of that. But still shit, right?
Yeah.
They only have the music. True.
Yeah. But I think it just means they don't have to be exactly, this one certain version of hardcore based.
Lighthouse Family must be straight edge, isn't it?
No. They enjoy a nice glass of red in the evening.
They do. And they woo the ladies, I'm sure.
We do, yeah. Exactly. Baby sham for the lady. I think we need a new youth crew movement. We need to bring it back. We need to bring the positivity back into the hardcore scene.
How do we do it?
Well, we don't do it. It's the kids that do it. But it is happening a little bit. I've noticed a few kind of
Get Dave's kids to start a positive hardcore band.
Yeah.
Come on.
Alice will do it. She's always out doing stuff now. She'd be well up for starting a hardcore band.
She might.
Yeah.
Alice is the future.
Alice is the future of civilization. It all depends on her.
Exactly. One great gig can change the world.
She can do it.
That's it.
I think she can do it. Dave, there you go. Oh, you won't. You probably wouldn't support her if she said she wanted to start a hardcore band, though, would you?
Of course I would. Especially if they're straight edge.
Right.
Oh, yeah, you would, yeah. You
can teach it. You could say, I know all about hardcore. You could say, hey, listen to this band You for Today. Or, have you heard Gorilla Biscuits? You can pretend you're like an authority on it.
Just draw her in. Just have it playing in the kitchen when she comes down. Oh, what's that, Dad? Oh, just a band I used to listen to back in the day.
Yeah, just show her the lyrics and she'll be like, oh, wow, yeah, I agree too. I'm into animal rights. Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah. And she'd be in there.
There you go.
All right.
The future of youth culture is going to start in Dave's pantry.
In Beric. Beric Core is about to take the world by storm.
Yeah. You heard it here first.
And just finally, what you said at the end, that old saying, everything will be all right in the end. And if it's not all right, it's not the end. That's a good message, man.
I'd say that. Yeah. I say this to people all the time. I do, like with all the shit going on, I think the good will out eventually, as Embrace once said.
Yeah.
I think it will. Has to. There's more good people in the world than shit ones. So, I reckon. It's just going to take a while.
Yeah.
Just be nice, isn't it? That's all we can do.
Yeah.
So if you have enjoyed this one, give it a thumbs up, get involved in the comments, and subscribe to our channel. And if you are listening, then please do rate and review and share it with your friends. You can sponsor podcasts at stupidandcontagiousPodcast@gmail.com, and you can buy our merch in our Shopify store. Now, in our Shopify store. On our Shopify, at our.
I don't know.
Shopify store.
If you're new to the podcast, welcome aboard. And we got 134 other episodes of 90s guitar music goodness for you to get your teeth into. I also do a Spotify mixtape for every episode. It's done so many different bands. It's going to be taken up probably with just going to be Walter Schreifels only. I usually put a load of the stuff he talked about as well, but I might just do a complete Schreifels
like a discography of Walter's life.
Yeah. And thanks to Walter for coming on. Big one for me. All of the basically the music I like, New York 80s hardcore, post-hardcore, indie rock. He's just been, a major player in all of those. A legend.
He's a great guest. It was definitely worth waiting for. I think he's a brilliant guest. Thanks so much, Walter, for coming on. That's it for this one. Join us next week for episode 136 of the Stupid and Contagious podcast. Dave?
See you in a minute.